Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and my studio. If you're a book lover, you are going to love today's projects because they are making your own beautiful bookmarks featuring some new products from Waffle Flower Crafts. To see the bookmarks come together, stick around. They're coming up next. So here's a look at the products I'm going to use today to create bookmarks. And what I have is the basic round bookmark die that will cut everything out. It cuts inner layers out as well. And I'm going to be using, and there's a stamp set for this, but I'm going to use this foil plate duo because I think the idea of having foil is going to be really, really pretty. And then there is a layered stencil that adds detail to the pieces. I'm only going to do one at a time because I'm not fancy enough to do two at a time, but I'm going to get set up to do some foiling. So let me get my Glimmer hot foil machine warmed up and we'll start making these bookmarks. My machine is nice and hot, so here's what well, you know what? I should cut my foil first. This is matte gold foil from Spellbinders, and I think I'm just going to cut a piece that's big enough to cover my little friends here. So off camera here to the side, because I don't have any room, I'm going to cut my piece of foil. Let's go like that and go like that. I need to make sure there's enough space between them. I'm going to put my foil like that, cover these guys up all the way, and I've got a piece of hammer mill. Oh, I hope that didn't move. I better check it. It did move. Hold on. I should have taped this. But I thought, you know what, this will be fine. It's very hot. Come on. Oh my gosh. Hold tight. Take two. I could not use that foil because it was irrevocably bent. And now these are so hot. There we go. We're going to go like that. Oh, Cathy, every time I try to foil. But I know what I want to do. So here's what we're doing. We're getting our plates back on. We want to make sure they're spaced out enough that they can be cut apart. Like that, okay? Why am I using, let's try using metal things. Okay, now I have taped my foil here. There are other ways to do this, I'm sure, but I am going to do that, okay? And now put my shim on and my plate and set the timer. All right, the green light is no longer blinking, so I'm gonna take this off the base of the Glimmer, and we are just going to run this through and hopefully, let's get here, transfer our beautiful foil to the cardstock. Did I mention I'm using hammer mill? I think I did. All right. So slide this out and we'll just pop it right back on the base for now. Take off these pieces and hopefully we transferred beautifully to our paper. Let us see. Oh, we did. Oh, except that I got some right smack dab in the middle where I didn't want it. Well, I guess I'll use this one today. Okay. Actually, I can remove that, or maybe no one will even notice. All right, moving on. Also, these little nail polish magnets, they work great for getting plates off of a hot thing as well. So they're kind of all purpose because they're very strong. All right, moving on. I'm going to start out by using the right side here, and all you have to do is line it up right on the outline. Now I'm going to make sure that is stuck. Let's see if I can seal that one. I should have cut this a little thinner, but I think this will be fine. I don't really have to worry about this because I'm only doing one at a time. I'm going to put my little ink pad right up here because it will stick to my large mat. This is the large waffle flower mat, which you can put more things on, which is kind of cool. And I'm just going to add pink lemonade, get some loaded on here because I want to have a nice pink on the background. I think I'm going to give this one to my daughter. I have a family of readers. They love reading. I read about one book a year, and I make the most of it when I do, but I don't know. I read a book and then I love it so much, and then I'm worried that I'll never read a book that's that good again. The last book I read was Andy Weir's Project Hail Mary, and it was so good, and I'm so glad it's going to be made into a movie starring Ryan Gosling. So there you go. All right, we're going to get this all in, and of course the foil resists the ink. So that shine, that matte gold, is preserved. Oh, yep, I should have held that. Did I get? No, I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine. Coming around. All right. And that's really all I wanted to do on this. I will just do a gentle wipe, and we're going to lift this up like that. Oh, careful with these guys because they're just so cute and little. I don't want to pull off you. There we go. And I think that looks great. All right, I'll get the second color. For the second one, you can see these little tiny flowers like that. So you want to make sure that if those are lined up, you're gonna be good to go. Yeah, I should have trimmed this down a little. You know what I'm gonna do? Just because I know I have my sticky mat, but I didn't trim this close enough. I just don't want that to lift. So now I'm gonna get another color here, and I'm just gonna stick with pinks, and I'm going to use honeysuckle. It's a great color. It's pretty. I think I will stick with my larger brush for now. Okay, load that up. I'm going to tap a little off just so it doesn't come in too hard and hot and heavy. And we're going to add a deeper pink flower. Like that. Color is so pretty. Right there. There. And again, the shine is preserved. And just like embossing, you could also use the stamp set and stamp and emboss them in gold for a similar effect. I'm just trying to use my glimmer more. I've got it. I should use it and have some fun with it. All right, I think this looks really good. And I could do a little bit of depth, a little darker here at the bases of these flowers just to create some shading. A little tone on tone. Maybe a little right there. That color's gorgeous. All right, and let's lift and take a look at that layer. See how they're starting to come together? All right, I'll get the next layer in place. And now for the next colors, I'm going to, let's see here, kind of want to isolate this friend and this. I just cut a couple pieces of the acetate, and I am going to use an orange brush, and I'm just going to open my clementine here really quick because I'm going to enter in a little color in here. Oh, I think I'm covered enough. And using my small brushes for this just to get kind of a cool look here. And we will do the same, picking these up and isolating that. It's going to be a little tricky to get all the, well, maybe not though, because if I do that, okay, you guys there, like that. And I could do it all one color, but I thought, you know, I'm trying to branch out here, trying to try something new. All right, to just stay in the lines like that. All right, and now I will come back here with another small brush and some avocado. Oh, and there is another center for the pink. So you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to take a little honeycomb and really darken that up in the center. So that's pretty juicy. All right. I know this is a nice dark color, but I kind of love having a darker color here. So here I am just going to do these like that. I'll get these done quickly, and then I'll worry about the ones that are close to the little orange circle. Like that. You can use even smaller brushes for this sort of thing. I just figured this is probably going to be fine. And then I will cover this up. Get you guys off there for a second. so that I can get that leaf without getting any contamination in the orange right there. You know, one of the things I could have done too is cut these out, the bookmark shape, before blending. Then it would have given the stencil more to grab onto, which I just kind of realized that after the fact. Okay. Oh, get it over just a little and bring that into this flower. All right, I think we have all of the things for our bookmark. I'm going to darken that up just a little. Some of those little guys there. You. All right. Let us peel and reveal the final look. Oh, that's so pretty. Isn't that cool? I love it. All right, just wanted to show you how pretty that foil looks in there. Now, I think I'm going to see about salvaging this guy. So, hold tight. I'm just going to pop this down over here so I can work on this piece. And I'm going to show you a little trick that may or may not work. So I have this detailer from Couture Creations. Thanks to one of you, you were able to find a link for this on the Amazon. And here, I don't, it overfoiled, but it's going to sound like a drill. I'm going to speed this up and you won't have to listen. So I'll add a little bit of music in here and I'll show you. Let's see if we can do this. Let's zoom in a little. I'll show you how it can remove foil. We'll see if this works. It took the foil off. Now, I'm not sure if ink blending will save this, but I'm going to cut this out first before we ink blend this one. Once you get the foil off, then you can also take an adhesive eraser, or yeah, this is a mono sand eraser, not an adhesive eraser. And you can work it out a little more. I think if I had done this right after it was done, it would probably look great. This also is a great tool just to have. And look at that. It's almost as if it was never there. I mean, you can see a little, but I think maybe our ink background may or may not change that. And here's the thing, it's just salvageable. So let me get this out and I'm going to see, let's get the dies out here. I'll cut this one first. And I think what this will do, oh yeah, it's going to give us the perfect little outline for working with the stencil. So, lining this up. I'm just going to put a little tape on because sometimes my mat slips, and I'll just run this through my electronic die cutting machine, or my electric, you know what I mean. Pick up the magnet, and that is a beautiful cut. And again, you can, if you have overfoiling, you know, you can just keep working it. Oh, there goes my plate. Until it mostly comes off and doesn't even really leave a mark behind. Just gently. Yeah, that's going to be great. You're not even going to notice that. Day saved. All right, we'll ink blend next. All right, I'm going to try something that I think will be fine. I'm going to change my color scheme for this. And I'm going to use a paper pouncer because I'm worried about blending in and around here. And what I would like to do, let's see how this works. I'm going to load this up because I thought this would be a cute one for my hubby. And I'm just going to pounce color right on to the stencil because this is a really cool way to get your color and not have to worry about going underneath. And I am always looking for another reason to use paper pouncers because I feel like they just sit and they don't get any love. And it's a really satisfying thing to just pounce. Pounce, pounce, pounce. All right, so we're adding our color this way. And pouncers are going to give you this kind of nice even flood of color. So this is Aqua Sky. Like that. I think we're good. Pounced, pounced, pounced. Oh, that looks really good. Okay, so let's lift this up and reveal the openings. Oh, that looks so good. All right, let me get this cleaned up and we'll move on to color 2. By the way, I am using isopropyl alcohol in a jar, and I just spritz it on all of my stencils. And then when it's time to wipe it off, I use one of my cloths. Just one of my e-cloths. And the alcohol dries quickly. It lifts the color really nicely. And it's ready to go again as needed. I'm going to go, this time I'm going to use a brush again, but I'm going to use Blueberry, which this might seem really dark, and it might be. Let me load up my brush. Just kind of, I always tap off so that it doesn't come in too hot, but also it's a good idea just to get it distributed in your bristles, right? So you get a nice even coating. So let's do this. All right. I like Blueberry. I'm not going with too heavy a hand, but heavy enough. I want the color to really pop on here. Pick that up and blend that on. It's so fun because you can really play with these colors and just have some fun, right? When it's a small little area, I think that makes it really fun, so that you don't have to, you don't have a huge thing to blend, but you can play with all sorts of different combos. And even if I'm not perfectly lined up, I think I'm pretty lined up, but even if I'm not, it'll still look good. And here I can go a little darker because see how the gold just resists this so nicely? Yeah, I'm going to go a little darker up here. You can always add more ink. So sometimes it's nice to kind of figure out. I think I've got a little halo though. Well, we'll see. And I think that might be just fine, or I can reposition this. Oh, not really. I mean, that's actually really cute. I'm going to leave that because I think it looks great. All right, let me get this cleaned up and we'll add the next layer. To finish this off, I am going to use a little bit of parsley for my greens, and I'm going to need a smaller brush for this. And also for the little areas, the little circle dots. Okay, so we're going to get this going here. Bring that in. You. And this is pretty easy because there's not really anything you have to separate yourself from. So we're getting these all in. Just, I'm going to add a darker color to the centers of the big flowers. Oh, I guess I have to be very mindful. Just there. All right. Add my stem. Add this at the bottom. That. I mean, this color palette's very different from the first one, and that's kind of fun. I like that. All right. And, I guess I wouldn't have to put Midnight in the centers. I could just go darker with Blueberry, but I feel like, no, Midnight is almost black. I'm not going to do that. I am just going to go, let's get one of our blues. I'm just going to go dark with the Midnight. And I think that will, oh yeah, that's enough. Sometimes you just want to do a little tone on tone, and it's usually going to be enough to give you that contrast. Now this one I will definitely wipe away because you can see this ink is very juicy and it will pool on top of the foil. All right, let's lift this one up and take a look at how this turned out. And here's the beautiful thing. You can't even see where I messed up. So the overfoiling, don't give up. Let it go, let it flow, erase it, and keep going. All right, I will cut this one out as well, and then we will assemble the elements to finish the bookmarks. I cut out 2 layers of white cardstock. This is actually from Concord and Ninth because I don't like to waste my hammer mill for the back. And I'm going to glue those to the backs of these. But I'm also going to do a back piece that will inset that has the little lines on it. So you can write, I don't know, your books that you're doing or what you've read, or you can write an inscription. But I'm cutting this out of some coordinating cardstock. This is Pink Lemonade. And then I will do the same for this one with the Aqua Sky. So I'll go ahead and cut those out, and then I will cut out the centers, and we will make little gold outlines for them. I changed my mind. I am not going to use these as backers because once you put this on the back, it works great as something to kind of shore it up a bit. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to try this one at a time, and I'm going to place this right over the top. Actually, I really should use the magnet, but I don't want to risk foil coming up. So let's see if this works. I'm going to punch this out. You know what though? I could punch this out with a hole punch too, and then I would have complete visual control. Actually, I'm not using a punch because I want this size to be exact. Sometimes I change my mind. I just don't want this to slip, but I think it will be fine. I don't want to put any tape here. Okay, come here. Let's go off to the side and line you up, and I'll cut this out. Oh yeah, we're fine. Okay, there you go. No worries. Get the magnet. Oh, look, it picks it up even on that side. And that way, this little roundabout is going to fit perfectly over the center. All right, I'll cut the other one out, and we will glue these all together. Then all I'm going to do is finish them off with the gold reinforcers. Just put a little glue around the edges. And I think this glue from this matte gold cardstock from Simon Says Stamp is really close match. We'll just hold that there. And I'll glue both on each side, and then we're done. I don't know though, I'm gonna have to dig for some ribbon. Like, this would be a really great project for all those ribbons. I think I'm gonna go down into my basement and see what kinds of ribbon have I held on to over the years, because I know that I have. I just don't know if I have anything appropriate for this. So we'll let the glue set up, and if I can find anything appropriate, I'm gonna put it on to finish these out, because you gotta have something hanging out, right? All right, I went to the craft store. I went to Michael's and I bought some ribbon because I don't have any ribbon. And this will be fine, but I just thought it needs something coming off of it. So what if I go like that, and then we do the old loop-de-loop, go through the front, and we'll put just a little ribbon on and see what happens. I think, isn't this the way you want to do it, to go that way? Because then you get that nice little, well, I don't know. I'm not really an expert with ribbon, but it's okay, right? That looks decent. Oh yeah, that is the way you want to go. Let's do a little tightening there, and then just go a little swoop, and there's one little friend with a little ribbon, and we'll do the same on the other one. And I think I'll give one to the hubby as opposed to the son. Again, everyone in my family, they are voracious readers. I don't know if my son would bother with this, but just because it's not really his vibe. But we'll see. We'll see what the hubby thinks, because it is, it's a little flouncy. All right, pull you through. And again, gentle. Pull that through and tighten. Don't want to hurt anything. We'll see. And we'll make his a little shorter. Cut and cut. So he has a little bookmark that looks like that. And my daughter will have this little bookmark that can hang a little more outside of her book. So those are the bookmarks, and that is using the foil plate. Of course, they have the shine on them. You can customize the colors. I've got the little backs put on like that. I like the little idea of doing it with an outline frame. And that, my friends, is ready to tuck into any good book. You can find links to all of the supplies I used in today's video in the YouTube description box. I'll also have a blog post with photos and more details as well. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you, so please hit that subscribe button and be sure to hit the notification bell as well so that you don't miss the next time I post. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. To see more fun projects featuring waffle flower crafts, check out the 2 videos I have linked below, and I'll see you in those videos.